Ether rockets past 4K, SEC ends Ripple fight, and $404 million storms into Bitcoin ETFs. Blast off or blow off top. Welcome to your daily 5-minute crypto brief with Satoshi and Nova. Today is August 9th, 2025. I am Nova.
I am Satoshi.
In finance. Okay, let's unpack this a bit. The last 24 hours showed pretty broad gains across the crypto market. Altcoins were really leading the charge here.
Yeah.
Ethereum, for instance, soared about, 3-4%? Climbed back over $4,000.
Mm-hmm. First time since last December. That's quite something.
Right. And meanwhile, Bitcoin was trading relatively flat, near $116,000.
Exactly. Which means ETH seriously outperformed Bitcoin. And what's fascinating there is that this divergence pushed the ETH-UTC ratio. It's roughly at its highest level for the whole year.
Okay, so that's significant. More than just a general altcoin pump.
I think so. It suggests, a specific, maybe sustained confidence in Ethereum's ecosystem, its utility. It could signal a move beyond just pure speculation into assets people see as having stronger fundamentals.
Interesting. And it wasn't just ETH, right? Other alts moved too.
Oh, yeah. We saw other majors like Solana, XRP, also up around 2-4%. And even the retail favorites, the meme coins, they weren't left out. Dogecoin jumped over 5%.
Wow.
And SHIB, PPE, they were up by mid-single digits too. So broad altcoin strength.
Okay, moving beyond just the price action.
Yeah.
The policy and macro shifts are often the real drivers, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. They set the underlying sentiment.
And the biggest news here, it has to be the SEC Ripple lawsuit finally concluding. Officially.
Yeah, that's huge.
What does this actually signal, not just for XRP, but maybe for the wider industry?
Well, if we connect this to the bigger picture, both sides agreed to dismiss their appeals. So Judge Scores' judgment stands. That includes the $125 million fine on Ripple and the injunction stopping institutional XRP sales. This really removes a major cloud of legal uncertainty. Not just for Ripple, I mean. It sets a potentially crucial precedent for how the SEC might handle other long-running crypto cases.
So it could speed things up elsewhere. Maybe make institutions feel a bit safer.
Potentially, yes. By de-risking certain assets, or at least providing some clarity. And actually, XRP spiked on the news about 5%.
Okay, so that's positive regulatory news, at least in the U.S. for XRP. But the global picture isn't always aligned, is it? What about China? Still cautious on stablecoins?
Very much so. Reports indicate Chinese financial regulators told major brokerages, research firms, to stop any promotion or endorsement of stablecoins.
Really? Halting promotion entirely?
Seems like it. It just underscores that persistent regulatory caution in China. A reminder that risks in the stablecoin sector are very real there, especially since crypto trading itself is banned.
Right. So even as one door maybe creaks open elsewhere, others stay firmly shut.
That's been the consistent theme from Beijing for years, yeah.
And then, zooming out to the wider macro economy, we saw some signals from Canada's employment data. Seems a bit random, but how does that connect?
It connects through interest rate expectations.
Yeah.
Canada's July jobs report was much weaker than anyone expected. They lost about 40,800 jobs when the forecast was for a gain of 13,500.
Ouch. That's a big miss.
Huge miss. And it immediately intensified bets that the Bank of Canada is going to cut interest rates soon, maybe at their next meeting.
Okay, I see the connection now. Rate cuts.
Exactly. For crypto, that's classic dovish territory. Lower rates, looser financial conditions that usually fuels risk assets. It encourages capital to flow into things like crypto when money's cheaper. Provides a nice tailwind.
Right, makes sense. So, given all these pieces, the Ripple clarity, the macro hints, the altcoin action, what are we seeing institutionally? Are they biting, particularly on Bitcoin?
Oh, absolutely. The appetite looks strong. Just on August 8th, for example, we saw roughly $404 million in net inflows into the U.S. spot Bitcoin ETFs.
In a single day, $404 million.
In one day.
Yeah.
BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust, IBT, led the way. They pulled in about $360 million of that.
Wow, that's the lion's share.
It is. And Fidelity's fund saw about $30 million too.
Right.
It shows really robust demand for Bitcoin exposure through these regulated channels. It's a very bullish signal for mainstream and institutional acceptance growing.
Okay, so it does sound largely positive, a lot of green signals flashing, but this is crypto. There are always risks, right? What are the hidden dangers or counter arguments we should maybe keep in mind, even with this optimism?
Vigilance is always key. Always. The backdrop looks supportive. Yes, positive resolution, favorable macro hints. But the rally, especially in some alts, has been quite swift. We could easily see some consolidation, maybe some cooling off.
So watch out for overheating.
Exactly, and try to look beyond just price. Are these gains really backed by genuine utility adoption? Or is it more speculative froth? That's the long-term question. And, always remember that global regulatory shifts can come out of nowhere. Or unexpected economic data could suddenly dampen the mood. Things can change fast.
Good point. So to wrap it up, broadly encouraging 24 hours, we saw altcoin strength, especially ETH, some regulatory clarity for XRP at least, macro tailwinds potentially forming, and strong institutional ETF inflows. It leaves us with a thought for you, the listener. How do these broader shifts, like the Ripple case ending or central banks talking rate cuts, how do they impact your own understanding of where crypto fits into the bigger financial world? And maybe more importantly, what will you be keeping a close eye on next?
You've seen the crypto headlines. Now get the signals that impact your holdings. Money.ai scans 1.3 million signals a day, from token prices to Twitter sentiment, and gives you one personalized briefing. No hype, no noise, just your crypto edge. Download Money.ai. Stay ahead.